This is another video to get you on board with a few things. Um, so let's take a look at the screen. So I've got DAPulse open, and DAPulse basically lists. You can see in team management, you can see kind of what administration is doing by priority and status. If you click on any given task, you can see some details. There's updates. People can interact in those menus. So that's what we primarily use to assign tasks. On the left-hand side here, you see there's a list of all of your each university, and if you're the campus exec at that university, then you're going to go ahead and click on that short-term tasks, and they're pretty much all the same to start off. As we move forward, some of you may have different ones, and so just to kind of give you a brief introduction, you should go ahead and play around with this and just kind of look at it. So these will all be actual tasks with instructions. This top one is where I'm going to post materials. I'll post videos and links, and I'll text you guys or give you updates if you don't see those. But you should just keep a heads up about that. All of you should receive invites by email. When you receive that invite, it will ask you to sign up and prompt you for a password. Any password you choose is fine. There is no set password for the account. So moving forward from that, the other thing this video is going to kind of tackle is how to set up drivers and how to register them and get them in the system. And so I'll go ahead and show you that. So the first thing you're going to do when you have a potential driver or someone who's very interested is just go ahead and have them go to the website here and just have them click on deliver with PondFrog. You can send them this link to and they can fill it out on their iPhone or Android, so it makes it easy for them. But scroll down, it's just got a little information on driving for them, and down here's the form they want to fill out. So just gonna have to fill out their information here. It doesn't really matter which email they use, whatever one works as long as they check it frequently. And so just go ahead and do that. City and state, and this is just some primary info. The city and state one's important just so we know that they're interested in driving in an area that we are providing service to currently. So when they click this, it's just going to send an email to, they'll get that message, and there'll be an email in the PondFrog account that pops up. And so just a good thing for me to have on file and for me to send you to have on file. You'll have to keep track of the drivers and things like that. But so that's the first thing you should have the drivers do. The next thing you're going to do is obviously you'll direct them to some content, which I'm working on now, that they can read over on the website. It'll give them a pretty good understanding of what kind of the steps and process of order fulfillment. You'll also probably need to explain that to them if they don't understand, but it's not rocket science, and most guys can figure it out by the first or second order, so no big deal there. The next thing you have to have them signed up for is if you log into the Square dashboard and click on employees, you'll be given access. I tried to give you guys access as campus execs, and it gave basically access to everything but employees, so I had to change that. You're all administrators, but once again, up here on the left, these are really the only items you need to worry about. So when you're signing up your driver, go to employees. You saw this in one of the other videos, but you can see status, active and inactive. Active is all you really want to care about. The only time you move a driver from active to inactive is if they're not active, which we're going to define that as 5 orders. If they complete 5 orders a month, then they're good. That covers the costs of them to have them in the employee database. So you can see some of you are already administrators. That's great. More of you will be administrators. once I get to adding you. So once you've got the employee, you'll either have them do this when you're meeting with them or do it yourself. Usually I like to try to meet with them in person and do this. It takes about 5 minutes, but you can make sure they're properly set up. Just click create employee. 1 second. So if you click create employee, you can go in here and have them or yourself enter this information. Employee ID doesn't really matter. We're in the 20s, so let's just say employee number 21. Phone, put the phone, it just helps. But it's not critical. Email is important, so have them put that, whatever his email is. Just making this guy up. So have them do that. Pay type, don't leave that blank, and make sure you click overtime exemption. Now, the drivers aren't employees, but this page treats them like employees, and so that's just something to be aware of. Hourly rate, we're going to keep that empty. So come down here to permissions, click that box, and select role. You want to make sure you gave them the frog role. That's all they're going to need to complete the orders. And so once everything is set up, you hit save. Now, if he's sitting there with you, which would be the best way to do it, although not critical, you can do it over text message or phone. You're going to want to have him check his email that you listed in his employee profile, and he should receive an email from Square that prompts him to kind of make an account or sign into his account with PondFrog. And so he'll do that, and it might prompt him. It'll ask, do you want a free Square reader? You can say yes or no. If you have him say yes, make sure he puts your address so it goes to you, because you're gonna provide him with a Square reader anyways. But a free one's good to have. They cost $5, so it's nice to get that free for sure. But the other thing that email sign up process he's going through is gonna have him do is he's gonna download the Square Register app, which I can't really show you a video of. Let's see if I can look it up here. But basically, it's what it sounds like. It's the register. So when he's going through the order, all he has to do is click on that app and put in the click on that app, and they'll know how to do it, and you'll know how to do it with material that I give you. But he's just gonna in the Square Register app, he puts in his price for that order and plugs his Square reader, and it's all set to go. So that's the other thing that you need to make sure he gets, is he needs to get that downloaded and sign in with the proper account that's connected to PondFrog, which he makes through that email. Bear with me. I'm going to see if I can find the Square Register app for you. Okay, yeah, so it's not going to give it to me, but there's that app. You'll get pictures of it, so you kind of have an idea. I'll take screenshots on my phone. Unfortunately, if I had my GoPro here, I'd take a video of me doing it for you so you guys can see that, but that'll come when I go back to school in a few weeks. So that's number 2. So the first one was go to the website, fill out the form. The second one is get them set up with Square. So all of that's good. The next step is go to the Good Barber, which you also have access to, site, and come over here to, on the left hand side, this little person icon. Under My Users, click List. It's going to take you to the list of all the users in the app. So you're going to find him. He'll probably be, generally they haven't downloaded the app yet, and so he'll probably be one of the top guys, but let's say he's not. So let's just pick on, let's say a customer wants to be a driver, so Zach. So just, you can type in their name, hit search, let's see, and it'll pop up here. just you want to make sure this is important, so he has access to the order total calculator on the app, because only the drivers have access to one of the pages. Come over here, check his box here under move to, make sure you hit frogs. You can check users too, but that way he's connected to that and has the resources he needs to complete an order the correct way. After that, he should be set up. The only other thing to do is and this kind of goes into the next video, which talks about recording data in Excel. But the last thing you're going to do is hand him the Square Reader, which I will give you. You'll receive a package of them in the next few weeks. And you're going to make sure that you give him the Bento business card, which is the card he uses to purchase all the orders. That's really important. And you want to make sure that let's just pick on this one because it's already set up. You want to make sure that when you give him the card, you record the last 4 digits of that card, and you're gonna put that into an Excel sheet so that so that we can match up who has which card in case we have to deactivate it for some reason. So that's really important. That might be one of the most important things not to forget. And so I'll show you that in the next video. It's straightforward, and that's it for this video. That covers basically everything you need to know to get a driver set up and going. You'll receive more content on that later.